present for this meeting.
David Morgan on behalf of the respondent, Mark Zorn, and he's also participating in this meeting.
Thank you all for your patience this morning. I had a criminal case that went over on time, so thank you for that patience.
The court convenes for a pre-trial conference in the matter involving Mark Zorn. Both parties are present and prepared to address outstanding procedural issues. The judge acknowledges receipt of submissions from both sides, including a proposed pre-trial order and questionnaire. The purpose of this hearing is to clarify disputes, finalize key dates, and ensure both parties are aligned ahead of trial.
Comes before the court at this time for a pretrial conference. The court will note that I received a pretrial conference questionnaire from Mr. Andrews and a proposed pretrial conference order from Mr. Morgan. So let me ask Mr. Andrews, is Mr. Morgan's pretrial conference order suitable for the court's adoption?
I think that it just needs to have my, I didn't include contentions in my questionnaire, but the issues as far as what needs to be determined by the court, and then the list of witnesses and exhibits from my questionnaire. I think if those are incorporated in the order, and then I had included a proposed valuation date in my questionnaire.
Of January 1, 2025?
Yes, Your Honor, the date of separation.
Any objection to that valuation date, Mr. Morgan?
Yes, we use the date of filing, February 5th, 25. Now, I don't know if it makes really any difference, but we have used the date of filing for all of our values. And we're talking about a month difference.
Is that a difference that makes a difference?
I really haven't had a chance to look at it. So,
yeah, and I'd have to go back and look to compare to see if that makes a huge difference or not. I know that there were some concerns at one point about money. See if I can find the dates. If the court will bear with me, I can compare between my asset and debt spreadsheet and Mr. Morgan's and kind of see if that makes a huge difference on really it's the account balances and
The primary issue quickly becomes clear: the disagreement over the valuation date of assets and debts. One side argues for January 1st, 2025, the date of separation, emphasizing that financial activities after that point should not impact the division. The opposing side insists on February 5th, 2025, the official filing date, claiming it provides a more accurate and legally appropriate financial snapshot.
Debt balances that it really affects.
Rather than to get bogged down on this today, Your Honor, I guess this could be an issue we address at trial to see if there is a difference. But it's going to take quite a while to go through all these balances to see if there's a difference based on 1 month.
Well, the court's supposed to establish a evaluation date at this stage, not at trial. So, Mr. Andrews, continue to take a look at what you need to. Obviously, Mr. Morgan's position.
I do.
The date of filing is the most appropriate date.
Well, and I could tell you, I think that maybe part of that, and I'd have to go back and look at the statements, but I noticed that there is a significant difference in a couple of the accounts of my clients, and I believe that's because she started to receive her inheritance between the date of the separation and the date of the filing, and that money was deposited in one of the accounts, and so we believe, and again, I'd have to go back and look at those to confirm, but that would be the only explanation for why, for example, a savings account balance that on the date of separation was $3,500 according to Mr. Zorn's spreadsheet, is $225,000 on the date of a later date. So I think that given the fact that the parties had essentially separated their finances when Ms. Zorn left on January 1, that she was no longer utilizing accounts where Mr. Zorn's money was going into those accounts, I believe. And Melanie, if I misspeak, please correct me. I think date of separation would be the best date for valuation, simply because of the issue of inherited property going into accounts after the separation.
Wouldn't the later date more closely represent the actual financial position of the parties for this court to eventually analyze and determine?
I don't believe it would for purposes of valuation.
Tensions rise as the discussion turns to a significant financial change, a large inheritance received after separation. One party argues this inheritance should remain separate and excluded from division, reinforcing their position for the earlier date. The opposing counsel counters that the valuation date should remain consistent regardless, maintaining that the inheritance issue can be addressed independently.
If our position is that the court should not value the inheritance in determining an equitable division of assets and debts as part of that marital estate. And so based on our position that inherited, property that's inherited by one party, it would not be equitable for the court to divide that between the parties. We believe date of separation would be the better way of determining what the party's relative financial position was without including the inheritance.
Morgan, is there anything that you would add to your statement of position?
Otherwise, I think the date of filing is the best. You never know what's going to happen with parties before a date of filing. They could get back together, do this or do that. We kind of contest the contention that they separated everything. We didn't think they did. So we think the date of filing is the best. And I really don't think that inheritance versus the date of filing, I don't think that's determinative. The inheritance is a separate issue. We're going to look at it regardless of the date of filing, but the date of valuation. But we think the date of filing is the best date of valuation. And we've done everything. This is the first time we've heard it was yesterday. So I don't know what we do to change our numbers, but we think the date of filing is best.
I mean, we're in the same boat, Your Honor. This is the first time we've heard that date of filing is what they're asking for instead of date of separation. In fact, I didn't even hear about it yesterday because it wasn't included in the proposed pretrial.
After hearing both arguments, the judge delivers a decisive ruling. The court determines that the filing date, February 5th, 2025, offers the most accurate reflection of the parties' financial positions. With that, the valuation date is officially set. The court emphasizes the importance of clarity and consistency as the case moves toward trial.